Did the FDA's top doctor just get pushed out, or did he jump before he was pushed? The dramatic exit of Food and Drug Administration Commissioner Marty Makary has sent shockwaves through Washington, leaving many asking what exactly went wrong behind closed doors. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in U.S. politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow. On Tuesday, President Trump announced on Truth Social that Marty Makary's tenure as the head of the FDA had come to an end, characterizing the situation with a terse "having some difficulty." This statement, made to reporters just hours before a significant trip to China, hints at a more complex story than a simple resignation. Weeks of simmering rumors and mounting pressure had been swirling around Makary's position, suggesting his time at the helm was precarious. Now, that speculation has materialized into a concrete change. Taking the reins, at least temporarily, will be Kyle Diamandis, who has been serving as the agency's top food regulator. The baton has been passed, but the underlying questions about Makary's departure remain largely unanswered, fueling further intrigue. The FDA is an absolutely monumental agency. It's the gatekeeper for everything from the prescription drugs we rely on to the safety of the food on our grocery store shelves. When its leadership is in turmoil, it raises serious concerns about stability and direction. Makary, a noted surgeon and public health expert, was brought into the Trump administration with the promise of bringing a fresh, no-nonsense approach to complex regulatory issues. His appointment was seen by many as an attempt to shake up the bureaucracy and prioritize public health and safety above all else. However, the difficulty President Trump alluded to suggests that Makary may have faced significant roadblocks or internal resistance during his time at the agency. Was it policy disagreements? Interpersonal conflicts? Or perhaps a clash between his vision and the existing establishment within the FDA? The lack of detailed explanation from the White House only amplifies these questions. Consider the potential impact. Any leadership transition at a major federal agency can create ripples. For the FDA, this means potential shifts in regulatory priorities, enforcement strategies, and the pace of approvals for new drugs and medical devices. Are we looking at a new direction for food safety standards? Will the agency's approach to pharmaceutical innovation change? These are critical questions that affect millions of Americans. Furthermore, this development occurs within the broader context of the Trump administration's ongoing efforts to reshape federal agencies. The president has often expressed a desire to streamline regulations and reduce bureaucratic red tape. Whether Makary's departure aligns with or deviates from that broader agenda is something we will likely see play out in the coming months. The appointment of Kyle Diamandis as interim leader is also noteworthy. As the top food regulator, he has direct experience with a crucial aspect of the FDA's mandate. His leadership style and policy focus will be closely watched to see if there's a continuity of vision or a distinct shift in direction. The president's choice of who he elevates during times of flux often reveals his priorities and his assessment of the agency's needs. What does this mean for the public? For consumers, it means the assurances of safety and efficacy provided by the FDA might be subject to change, depending on the new leadership's priorities. For the pharmaceutical and food industries, it could mean a period of uncertainty as they await clarity on future regulatory expectations. For healthcare professionals, it impacts the tools and treatments they have available to care for their patients. The narrative of difficulty is a particularly loaded one in the political sphere. It suggests a struggle, a challenge that perhaps proved insurmountable for Makary. Was he fighting against entrenched interests? Was he unable to navigate the complex political landscape? Or was his approach simply not what the administration ultimately desired? The lack of transparency surrounding his exit is, in itself, a political statement. This isn't just about one person leaving a job. It's about the effectiveness and direction of an institution vital to our well-being. The FDA's role in public health cannot be overstated, and any disruption at its highest level warrants our attention and scrutiny. We need to understand the reasons behind this departure to gauge the health and future trajectory of this critical government body. So what do you think about this? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. This is a developing story, and we'll be keeping a close eye on the FDA and its leadership. Stay informed, and stay tuned.